Welcome back to Tom's Garage. Ooh, what is going on, everybody? Beautiful, beautiful, cool day. It ain't but about 55 degrees out there. Afternoon. Ooh, today, pow, it's another little Honda pushy mower. She said it's been sitting up all year, ain't used it at all. And now she says it won't crank. I bet I know why. Let's get this thing serviced up, man. We're going to clean the carburetor, flush out the fuel tank, just give it the something you've seen me do 100 times already. Yeah. Just a basic service, full service. Let's jump right into it, fellers. Let's do it. All right, Honda GCV160. GCV160 with a Briggs & Stratton air filter. That's a little dusty, but we can blow that out. Blow it out. Okay, what I'm gonna do is pull this carburetor off and take it apart. We're gonna give it a good cleaning. Flush the fuel out of it, clean the fuel tank. Yeah, let's do it. I reckon we ought to do it. Gentle. See, somebody's already been into it. The little hose clamp ain't on there. Well, that's good. That means I ain't got to fight with it. Save the gasket. Goes just like that. Fuel is off. Work that fuel line loose and pull it off. Okay. Throttle linkage. Spring. Lay that over. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Pull that little clamp off there. I ain't tried to crank it yet. Ain't no sense in trying. I know what's probably gonna happen. Just let whatever in that fuel tank drain. And we will come right over hither to the workbench. Come over to the workbench. Okay. Let me hit pause. I'm gonna move this camera. All right, welcome back to Tom's Cooking Show, boys. I'm gonna blow the dust off this thing first. Blow the dusties off of it. Okay. Take the bowl off. Let's see what kind of surprises it has for us. Oh yeah, got a little bit of trash in it. Take a good whiff of that, and it smells like it's a little stale, but I don't know. Bowl is clean. Can you see it? Let me hold this bowl up to the light here. Make sure it ain't got nothing inside of it. Looks pretty clean. Then grab your little screwdriver. That reminds me, I need to order some more of these gaskets too. Y'all remind me to do that. Somebody leave in the comments, order some new bowl gaskets, boy. I'm down to my last one over there on the shelf. Yeah. All right. All right. That's where you get a face full of it. Clean. It ain't dirty. I'm just trying to get rid of all the remnants of old gas. Make sure it blows through. That's about as good as you can do. Gooder than you can do. Okay. She looks very, very clean. Not as bad, not half as bad as I was expecting. And we'll grab our little torchy tip cleaner and go through every hole. Every little hole. Every little hole you make, I'll be cleaning you. I shouldn't have had that 9th cup of coffee this morning. Yeah. All right, every hole has been gone through. Now this is what I want to look at right here is the little main jet. And she is clogged. You can't see through it. Let me hold it up to the light. She looks like she's a little clogged up. So we will unclog it. And she is unclogged. You can see right through it now. You can see right through it now, but I'm going to clean it a little better. It's still got a little bit of tarnish in there. What do I do with my little cleaner? There it is. Yeah, still got a bunch of stuff in it. Just dried up gas. Look at that. You got to clean it good. Yeah, that's a whole lot much more gooder right there. Now we'll put it back together. Whenever you put these emulsion tubes back in, you can see it's got a little lip. And then this side is nice and flat. This is what sticks up in the throat of the carburetor when you look in there. And then the main jet will tighten against that. That's why that's machine flat. So you probably see it sticking up inside of there. Look at it. And you don't have to get these things crazy tight. Be nice for the next mechanic. Don't get it overly tight. And these things are brass. Brace. B-R-A-S-E is brace. Let me spray the end of that needle off. I'll make sure I use these lint-free rags too. You don't want to get a piece of lint stuck up in there. That'll cause a dangerous situation. Oop, I just lost a needle. Just caught it again. There it goes. Hang on to it. Okay. That's not the right screw for that. Somebody told me the other day I got a little belly. You know who you are. That's why I figure with this camera shot you can see my belly just kind of sticking out there. All right, put this back in. All right, that's a clean carburetor. And the fuel is finished draining. So we'll move the camera back over yonder. Okie dokie, let's get this stuff out of the way. That fuel looks fresh, like she just put it in there. Okay. Let me grab a jack stand, because now we got to finish cleaning out the fuel tank, because this fuel tank is designed where it's got a little bubble on the bottom, a little indented place that catches all the debris and the water and stuff, and it won't just drain out of the fuel line. So what you got to do, anything left in the tank, you have to tilt the mower, let everything run into the corner right here. That way you can get the rest of it out. Take a little peek inside of there. Way back yonder, you can see the filter sticking up. But beyond that, you've got a little indented area way back yonder that's going to hold the water and stuff, and it won't pick up nothing. So right now we've got everything right here in this corner. That's why I like to take my little turkey baster. Let's see if anything else is left in there. Nope, perfectly dry. Nothing left in the tank. Let me back the camera up when I do this. I don't want to get anything on the camera, on my GoPro camera. Turn the compressor off for now. Okay. The tank is completely, perfectly dry. And I'll give a little puff back through it. Well, let me do this first. Blow anything out, and then we'll blow back through it. That'll clean off the little screen. There we go. That is a perfectly clean fuel tank. See, if I was gonna winterize my mower when I'm done using it for the year, this is exactly what I would do if I was gonna put it up in the shed or in the garage over the winter and not use it for 3 or 4 or 5 months. Clean and drain and dry the tank. I would go as far as to take the bowl off the carburetor, squirt carburetor cleaner in it, dry it with air, and just put it back together. That way it'll be just like the day you took it off the store shelf. All you gotta do is put gas in it, and you know the carburetor is gonna be clean because it won't have a nasty gas sitting in it all winter, which is what happened to this one. Yep. Yep. Put the spring on there first. And try not to get this spring wrapped around this linkage. Looks to me like somebody bent this thing at one time. That's how it goes. Oh, don't forget the little clamp. Put your fuel line back on there. Put your bolts back in there. Drop that one bolt. Okay. Make sure you put your gasket between this housing and the carburetor. And it goes just like that. And we'll feed it through here. I'm surprised that choke mechanism didn't fall off too. And then the gasket. Make sure you plug your crankcase vent hose back into the filter housing. Don't leave that off. It'll be sucking dust, boy. Well, I'll just pull it back off. Let me get this carburetor on there started. And then I'll stick the hose on there. It just pulls off. And never use an impact to put that back on there. You could so easily cross thread that thing into the block and you'll ruin it. Make sure they start. It's not starting. There it goes. Not very tight. Not real tight. Let me take a peek back here, make sure everything is, choke is operating correctly. All right, let me stick some fuel in it. Ooh. I don't know what it is about these Honda mowers, but when you try to put fuel in it, it just blows it all out the top. There we go, that one's not. Okay, that's enough. I'm gonna give this thing just a few seconds to fill up the bowl of the carburetor. Fuel's on. Let me double check how much fuel is in it. Oh yeah, that's a lot. I gave her a lot of fuel. Okay. Now we'll check the oil before we fire it up. I want to crank it and get it just a little bit warm so that oil flows faster out of it. The oil don't look too awful bad, but I'm going to change it anyway. It's all part of the service. Okay. Slide the old Camaro back. I already took a quick peek at the blade. The blade looks pretty good, but we're going to sharpen it as part of the service. Every time a customer will bring one of these push mowers, while they're still standing here, I'll just, won't even say nothing, I'll just pick it up and just kind of look at the blade, because half the time they're going to be bent or wore out, and the customer needs to know up front whether they need a new blade, because they're not cheap. They are not cheap. That ought to be good. Let that oil get a little bit warm so it'll catch all that contaminants, suspend all them contaminants up inside the oil. That way it'll drain better. Get all that nastiness out of there. And we'll come right around here. Come right around here. I bet y'all hate it when I'm moving this camera and beating on stuff. Beating and banging. I don't know what's wrong with my little oil drain bowl. That thing's got a mind of its own. Oh yeah, that oil's kind of nasty. Whew. Looks almost like gear oil. She's draining. We'll let her drain. While she's draining, we'll come right around here, take the blade off. I'm gonna turn the compressor on. Hold your ears. Well, I tell you, yesterday it was nice and warm. I was out there in shorts and t-shirt with no socks on, pressure washing the driveway. Today it's barely 54 degrees out there and windy. Uh-oh. Money. All right, that was a quickie little phone call. You know who you are. Oop, I just kicked the camera again. Let's bring this bad boy over here, and we're going to sharpen some blades. Sharpen the blade. Sharpen the blade, sharpen the blade. It ain't dull at all. Pretty darn sharp. Whoop. Pretty darn sharp. That's why I like this blade sharpener, man. That's not even hardly warm. No heat at all on that. Not even hardly. Ow, that got a little hot. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll put the blades back on there. Find out what I do with the other blade. Always on these Hondas, man, or really anything, always start the bolts by hand. They're so easy to strip. And she is finished draining. So let me roll it back over. Roll it back over. Hurrah! That's just strange looking oil. Look how brown it is. Huh. Weird looking. Weird looking Earl. Let's go around here and we'll put some Earl in it. Put some Sunny Day in that boy. Rubber rag. Little Tropicana. As my buddy Johnny likes to say, put a little Tropicana in it. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we are at. On these Hondas, you don't screw it in all the way. You just take it just like that. And she is absolutely perfect right there at the top of the hatch pattern. Perfecto. Back around here. Back around there. I'll take them. They can blow this filter out. Good enough. Good enough. Let me take a peek over here. I'm going to see if I got any more. I think I am completely out of BPR 6ES spark plugs. I believe I'm out. BPMY. Let's see, here's a... Nope, I have none. I have none. I have none. I've seen somebody cram a RC12YC in one of them before, but I ain't doing that. So we'll just let it go without replacing the spark plug. It's my fault. Hang on, let me get my coat and hat. I like to try to blow the dust out of these too. Yeah, she was just Her main complaint was it wouldn't crank and run, which we've solved that. Changed the oil, sharpened the blade, cleaned the carburetor, flushed and cleaned the fuel tank. And I believe she's good to go now. Let's lower it down, fire it up, fire it up. Okay, let's fire it up. Every time I lower that table, I think of a buddy of mine I had in high school. He had to be like a 68 Mustang or something. And he had a evening job. Weekends and afternoons, he'd work at the local cemetery. He's one of the guys that would lower the casket and stuff like that and bury it when the procedure's over. And on the back of it, on his trunk lid, he had hand painted. It said, "I'll be the last one to let you down." I will never forget that. Oh God. Now let's take some of this purpley power and we'll give her a cleaning. And then we can mark a check mark beside her name on the board in there. Yeah. Whew, boy, it's windy and cold out here. Goodness gracious. Well, I tell you, these little Hondas, man, they're so bad about having that governor arm seal leak. I worked on one yesterday, it was bad too. They're not hard to replace. Water hoses froze. I try not to aim it right at the air filter. You don't want to get that wet. Woo! So cold out here, got my nose running. Got my nose running. All right, we'll just set her by the door. Just let it drip dry. Let it drip dry. That lady that owns that lawnmower, man, she is so cool. She's Russian. To the point where, you know, her accent, you can hardly understand what she's saying, but she's so cool. She's got a 83 model Toyota pickup truck. She bought new, and she still drives it every day. She is pretty cool. Now we'll come right over here and I will put a check mark by her name. Done. And then when I call her and tell her it's ready, she'll get 2 check marks. And then she'll bring me some Gitas. Ha ha ha. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate y'all watching this another Tom Dobie Mower repair video. Whew, I'm going in the house. It's cold. Y'all be good. Love you guys and girls. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.